New footage has gone viral showing Trippie Redd behind bars, and this time his arrest is tied directly to 6ix9ine's girlfriend's murder.
If 6ix9ine comes to LA, it's over.
Remember when Trippie Redd made that threat? Fans are now convinced he followed through. But instead of going after 6ix9ine directly, the target may have been someone close to him, and the way investigators connected the dots left the internet stunned. Reports started circulating. Trippie Redd arrested in connection to 6ix9ine's girlfriend's murder investigation. Within just 3 weeks, the hip-hop world was hit with 2 shocking events. First, 6ix9ine's close friend and alleged girlfriend Ariella. Langosta Mahia Polanco was gunned down in cold blood on the Cross County Parkway in Mount Vernon, New York. Then, before the dust could even settle, leaked jail footage of Trippie Redd surfaced, sparking rumors he was tied to the murder. And considering the long, messy history between Trippie and 6ix9ine fans wasted no time connecting the dots. Their beef dates all the way back to 2017, an ugly mix of personal betrayal and street politics that's been simmering for years. It all started with a girl named Alex. This wasn't just some casual love triangle around 2016-2017 during Trippie's early come-up with mixtapes like A Love Letter to You. Alex was everywhere, appearing in his social media posts, inspiring songs like Love Scars, basically, playing the role of his ride or die. But after their breakup, 6ix9ine swooped in and started dating her in mid-2017. For Trippie, that wasn't just personality, it was a violation of the code. In the streets, respect is everything. And Trippie felt 6ix9ine crossed the line, especially since Alex was allegedly underage at the time. That's when Trippie labeled him a pedophile and a weirdo lighting. The fuse on a feud that would only grow more dangerous with time. Trippie Redd's rants went viral across social media, but this wasn't just about hurt feelings. This was about respect, loyalty, and principles that hold weight in the culture. The disrespect hit its peak when 6ix9ine changed the lyrics to his hit Gummo during a club performance. Instead of shouting out Trippie in respect, he flipped the line, indirectly dragging Alex's name into it. That moment, caught on camera and blasted across the internet, was pure humiliation. In hip-hop, that kind of public disrespect doesn't just fade, it follows you, it sticks, and it creates enemies for life. The professional side only made things uglier. Trippie claimed he played a key role in getting 6ix9ine signed to 10K Project, and that he was supposed to receive a finder's fee, allegedly 10%, of every hit from Gummo to Keiki. Whether that's fact or myth, Trippie believed he created a monster that turned around and bit him. And when professional jealousy mixes with personal betrayal, the fallout can turn deadly fast, in his own words. "Y'all expect me to be good to people that wasn't good to me, man." Things escalated beyond social media in November 2017 when 6ix9ine allegedly set up a physical attack on Trippie at a New York hotel. This wasn't some random brawl, it was calculated. Members of the Nine, Trey Gangster Bloods, carried it out with Anthony Harv Ellison, landing the punch that split Trippie's lip. Trippie went live on Instagram right after showing the blood, calling out 6ix9ine and making direct threats that had everybody's attention.
Y'all expect me to be good to people that wasn't good to me. Man.
Here's where things get really complex and why the streets started connecting dots to Ariella's murder. During his 2019 federal trial, 6ix9ine testified that Trippie Redd was affiliated with the 59 Brims, a rival set to his own 9 Trey Gangster Bloods. Whether that was the truth or just 6ix9ine trying to justify himself on the stand, the damage was done. That claim elevated their feud from rap beef to real gang politics, with personal grudges and professional jealousy mixed in. And the 59 Brims are no lightweight crew. They've been tied to fraud schemes, drug trafficking, and violent crimes across multiple cities. January 2025, Marvin Muck Pippinson of their members was sentenced to life for murdering a real right member in Brooklyn. Just a month later, 14 members of the 59 Brims and Bloodhound Brims were indicted for conspiracy tied to murder and 19 separate shootings. These aren't wannabe gangsters. These are certified hitters with federal indictments backing up their reputation. On the surface, the Trippie and 6ix9ine drama looked like it cooled off after 2019 when 6ix9ine flipped and cooperated with the feds. He went from facing life to serving just 2 years, but at a heavy cost. In the streets, cooperation earns you one label: snitch. From that moment on, he was marked. Even prosecutors admitted at sentencing that his life would never be the same, warning that he and anyone around him would have to live under constant threat. And that's where Ariella Langosta Mahia Polanco comes in. She wasn't just a girlfriend, she was part of his orbit. And in gang politics, revenge doesn't always hit the target directly. Sometimes it strikes the people closest to him, whether Trippie actually played a role. In Ariela's murder is still uncertain, but the timing, the history and the street politics surrounding the case have the culture paying close attention. To many, this wasn't some random act of violence, it was a calculated move. So let's break down exactly how Ariela's final moments unfolded. At 8 a.m., Ariela, better known as Ariela Lang Costawas, discovered in her black Mercedes-Benz G-Class along the eastbound Cross County Parkway in Mount Vernon, New York. This was no robbery gone wrong, this was a targeted hit on 6ix9ine's Inner Circle. Police quickly classified Ariela's death as a targeted homicide, stressing this was not random, but an orchestrated execution. When investigators use words like orchestrated, you know someone planned it with precision. Ariela was far more than just another influencer linked to 6ix9ine. At 33, this Dominican-born woman had carved her own lane in New York's nightlife bartender-dancer model. With over 6,000 Instagram followers, she was returning home after a late shift at Icon New York Lounge, where she was a well-known hostess and bartender working hard to support her 2 kids while maintaining her lifestyle. The crime scene revealed nothing short of pure violence. Her Mercedes G-Wagon had shattered windows and multiple bullet holes. The Westchester County medical examiner confirmed she died from several gunshot wounds. This wasn't about sending a warning, it was about sending her straight to the grave, and the killers carried it out with ruthless efficiency. Her death immediately complicated 6ix9ine's world. Ariela had appeared in his 2023 WAPE music video and performed with him at venues like the Toboga Room in New York, making her a visible part of his inner circle. While some outlets falsely labeled her his girlfriend, sources like TMZ and USA Today clarified she was more of a close associate, which from a street perspective makes the situation even more interesting. 6ix9ine's reaction showed the depth of their bond. On August 18, 2025, he posted emotional tributes on Instagram calling her a tremendous woman, the Queen of New York, and my sister. He wrote, "You supported me in everything. NY won't ever be the same. I loved you," sharing videos of them together over Aventura's Obsession, which he said was their favorite song. What made this stand out was the genuine vulnerability. The same man known for trolling and controversy showed raw grief, even posting in Spanish. Yo te amo mi. Sobra, term of endearment. His use of sister underscored the sincerity of his pain. The timing fueled speculation. Her murder came just 6 days before 6ix9ine's August 23rd arrest for violating supervised release. Charges included unauthorized travel to Las Vegas, failed drug tests, and missed screenings. While unrelated to Ariela's murder, the proximity of events made the street start connecting dots, connections that might not exist. But here's the real street tea about how 6ix9ine's feuds and gang history put everyone around him at risk. This man's cooperation with federal authorities in 2019, where he testified against 9 Trey gangster bloods. Members earned him the snitch label and made him a walking target. Prosecutors warned during his sentencing that there is no question that the defendant's life will never be the same because of his cooperation. He and his family will have to take extra safety precautions. The streets don't forget when someone breaks the code of silence. In his 2019 testimony, 6ix9ine detailed his role in 9 Trey, stating, "I wanted the aesthetic to be full of Nin Trey," and admitting to providing financial support for firearms, saying, "Keep making hits and be the financial support for the gang so they could buy guns." His cooperation led to convictions of high-ranking members like Anthony Harv Ellison and Alamaya Newcomb. Max social media speculation immediately connected Ariela's death to 6ix9ine's snitching past. Expost reflected this sentiment with comments like, "That's why you don't date walking targets," and "To be in close proximity to him is crazy. Nothing good being said about it." Some users posted, "Was she snitching too?" suggesting she might have been targeted for perceived disloyalty in gang circles. The nightlife venues where Ariela worked provided their own tributes that painted a picture of who she really was. Icon New posted on Instagram, "Today, we lost our shining star, Ariela Langosta. Our hearts are broken. Your joy, your humility, and the way you treated everyone with so much care always made you stand out. Thank you for giving so much love and support to our home, which also became yours." Starlets of New York added, "The entire Starlets family is deeply saddened by the loss of Ariela Langosta. She was a one-of-a-kind soul, a beautiful friend, loving mother and daughter whose smile and energy lit up every room she entered." These tributes show she wasn't just someone riding 6ix9ine's coattails. She had her own relationships and reputation in the community. But there's another angle to consider. Reports indicate Ariella was also romantically linked to Nat Cartier, described as a suspected gang leader who was taken into custody for questioning after her death. This connection suggests her murder could be tied to Cartier's alleged gang activities rather than 6ix9ine's past, though no updates have been released about Cartier's status. Public figures in the hip-hop community also paid their respects. Cardi B posted on Instagram stories, "R.I.P. Dominican. Pretty," acknowledging Ariella's Dominican heritage and her prominence in the community. La Inup the Dominican, a rapper, also mourned her loss, reflecting her impact in the Latin music community. What makes the situation particularly tragic is how Ariella seemed to be building something positive in her life. Her final Instagram post on June 7th, 2025 said, "Happy and blessed," showing her enjoying a night out. She was a mother working multiple jobs in New York's competitive nightlife scene, building her brand and supporting her family. The investigation involves local, state, and federal agencies. But as of August 24th, 2025, no suspects have been named and no arrests have been made. Westchester County Police continue to investigate, but the lack of public updates suggests either the case is complex or investigators are being careful about not revealing their hand. The broader context here is how 6ix9ine's controversial past creates a climate of danger for anyone in his orbit. His distinctive tattoos, including 69 on his forehead, make witness protection nearly impossible, and his refusal to fully distance himself from his old life keeps him and his associates in potential danger. Every person who gets close to him inherits some level of risk, whether they're aware of it or not. Trippie Redd's street credentials examined against 6ix9ine's deadly gang history. All right, fam, let's get real about what we're dealing with when we talk about Trippie Redd's criminal history versus 6ix9ine's documented gang activities. Because the difference between these two cats is like comparing a small-time hustler to a full-blown federal case. When you break down their respective street credentials, you start to understand why one of them had people around him getting murdered while the other is catching minor traffic violations. Trippie Redd's criminal record is surprisingly light for someone who talks about killing people in his music. Let's start from the beginning and work our way up to his recent arrest, so you can see the pattern. 2017, during his early rise to fame, there were reports of him being involved in a physical altercation in Atlanta, but no formal charges were ever filed. This was more like typical young rapper drama than serious criminal activity. The first real legal trouble came in May 2018, when Trippie got arrested in Atlanta for aggravated assault and battery after a woman claimed he pistol-hipped her during an argument. Now that sounds serious on paper, but he got released on a $5,000 bond and the case got resolved without a conviction. In the streets, that usually means either the case was weak or somebody worked out a deal behind closed doors. Either way, Trippie walked away without major consequences. A month later, in June 2018, he caught another charge in New York for public fighting outside a nightclub classified as disorderly conduct. This was straight-up misdemeanor-level foolishness, the kind of charge you get when you're young, famous, and making poor decisions about where to party. He paid a fine and kept it moving. He was later arrested for driving without a license.
No, you don't understand. I don't care if you're Drake. So right now you should be arrested. I don't care who you have next to you. I don't care who you are. You have no license. The reason that I stopped you is because of your tinted windows. We both know what you were doing.
But here's something interesting that puts his street credibility in perspective. In November 2017, Trippie was actually the victim of violence when 6ix9ine's 9 Trade crew attacked him at a New York hotel. Anthony Harv Ellison punched him in the mouth on 6ix9ine's orders, and Trippie went on Instagram Live showing his bleeding lip. In that situation, he was the target, not the aggressor.
If 6ix9ine comes to LA, it's over. And I'm in New York right now, bro. You feel me? So it's like, if y'all really think, bro, about that, bro, really go tell that, like, pull up right now. Like, right now. Like, cause bro, you want to know what bro did? Bro had niggas waiting for me at my hotel. Some 9 Trade. As soon as I walk in the building, hit right in my mouth. Got hit in my mouth. And then my niggas beat his niggas asses and then they ran. I chased myself mostly. I ran niggas down myself. Me, myself, and I. Them niggas hoes for real though. All them y'all niggas. They don't know. This my battle. This my battle. But yeah, 6ix9ine done. 6ix9ine cannot come to LA.
6ix9ine stands for a sexual position because he sucks rainbow-haired fat. Tekashi, I hope you bro.
I just got back from a video shoot. He did.
6ix9ine got STDs. Fact.
He wanna preach. He wanna preach all this positive, all this.
Now let's contrast that with 6ix9ine's documented gang activities. And yo, the difference is like night and day. In November 2018, 6ix9ine was arrested as part of a joint investigation by the NYPD U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's Homeland Security Investigations and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives targeting the 9 Trey gangster bloods. This wasn't some local beef or minor charge. This was federal RICO-level prosecution. The indictment against 6ix9ine detailed 6 serious counts including racketeering, conspiracy, firearms, offenses, conspiracy to commit murder, violent crime in aid of racketeering, assault with a dangerous weapon, and committing crimes in aid of racketeering. U.S. Attorney Jeffrey S. Berman stated, as alleged in the indictment, this gang, which included platinum-selling rap artist Tekashi 6ix9ine, wreaked havoc on New York City, engaging in brazen acts of violence. Let me break down some of the specific incidents that show you the level. 6ix9ine was operating on March 20th, 2018. He helped attempt to kill a rival to increase my own standing in 9 Trey. On April 3rd, 2018, he participated in an armed robbery of a rival in Times Square, with stolen items recovered as evidence on June 2nd, 2018, he paid $2,000 to an associate to shoot at rapper Chief Keef outside the W Hotel in Manhattan. But the most telling incident happened on July 16, 2018, when 6ix9ine conspired to shoot someone who disrespected 9Tay, resulting in an innocent bystander getting shot in Brooklyn. Yo, that right there shows you the difference between street posturing and actual street violence. While Trippie was catching misdemeanor charges for bar fights, 6ix9ine was literally ordering hits on people now. Let's talk about the gang affiliation claims because this is where things get really interesting. In his 2019 federal trial, 6ix9ine testified that Trippie Redd was a member of the 59 Brims, a rival faction to his 9 Trade gangster bloods. He stated Trippie Redd was part of 59 Brims. That's why we had issues, suggesting their feud was partly driven by rival gang affiliations. But here's the thing about the 59 Brim. They're a legitimate threat in multiple cities. The 59 Brims originated in San Diego in the mid-1970s and have expanded to New York City, Atlanta, and other major cities involved in sophisticated fraud schemes, drug trafficking, and violent crimes including murders, shootings, and assaults. In January 2025, Marvin Muck Pippins, a 59 Brims member, was sentenced to life for murdering Sean Purr, a real right member in Brooklyn. In February 2025, 14 members of the 59 Brims and Bloodhound Brims in Brooklyn were charged in a conspiracy indictment for murder and 19 shootings. However, there's no independent evidence confirming Trippie's membership in the 59 Brim beyond 6ix9ine's testimony. Trippie's response to the gang allegations was cryptic. He posted on Instagram, I was so determined to get to where I am now. Love you. All in my life, neither confirming nor denying the claim. His silence was probably strategic, avoiding legal scrutiny while not giving 6ix9ine the satisfaction of a direct response. Trippie's early association with the 14800 Inches group in Canton, Ohio, where he joined the Bloods as a youth, appears to be more of a neighborhood cultural affiliation rather than active gang involvement. His older brother, who made music as Dirty Red, was killed in a 2014 car accident, and Trippie has cited this loss as motivation for his music career rather than gang activity. The credibility issue with 6ix9ine's testimony is significant. This is the same man who cooperated with prosecutors to reduce his potential life sentence down to 2 years. And his history of trolling and provocative behavior makes everything he says suspect. His attorney Lance Lazaro defended him by saying, "People who call Mr. Hernandez a coward for testifying are the real cowards, but in the streets, cooperation with authorities is seen as the ultimate betrayal." Now here's how 6ix9ine's documented gang activities put people like Ariella at risk. His cooperation violated the street code against snitching, and prosecutors noted, there is no question that the defendant's life will never be the same because of his cooperation. He and his family will have to take extra safety precautions. The March 2023 assault on 6ix9ine at an LA fitness gym where he was brutally attacked by multiple men and required hospitalization shows that the threats against him are real and ongoing.
That's how they supposed to treat you. Oh, Mickey Mouse said, clown that.
Go ahead.
Take a picture.
Go ahead.
Take a picture. I want to be famous now. I want to be famous.
Yo, this is Jump 6ix9ine, bro. Yo, homie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. No, I'm a fan. I'm just saying, bro. I'm a fan, bro.
While no direct evidence links this attack to 9 Trey retaliation, the speculation was immediate and widespread. Anyone in 6ix9ine's orbit inherits some level of this risk, whether they're romantically involved or just close friends like Ariella. The difference in how these two artists handle conflict is telling. While Trippie's 2018 track I Kill People included violent imagery, it was artistic expression common in hip-hop rather than documented criminal activity. 6ix9ine, on the other hand, admitted in court to participating in actual violence stating on or about June 2nd, 2018, in furtherance of Nin Trey. I paid a person to shoot at a rival member of 9 Trey to scare him. By 2025, both artists have moved in different directions. Trippie's most recent legal issue was the July 4th Miami International Airport arrest for a 2023 warrant related to driving without a license, from which he was released on a $150 bond. Meanwhile, 6ix9ine was arrested on August 23, 2025 for violating supervised release terms from his federal case, including drug possession and unauthorized travel. The tragic reality is that Ariella's murder, whether connected to 6ix9ine's past or not, illustrates how gang affiliations create ripple effects that can destroy innocent lives, while Trippie Redd's alleged 59. Brim's connections remain unproven, and his criminal history shows minor infractions. 6ix9ine's documented involvement with 9. Trey created a climate of violence that potentially put everyone around him at risk. The streets don't distinguish between romantic partners, close friends, or business associates. If you're in somebody's orbit and they have enemies, you become a target by association. If you enjoyed watching this video and wouldn't mind more of such content, make sure to click on the card showing on the screen.